Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Cardano. Before we jump into the price action, just want to say thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Okay, so we're still looking for that same potential for this bigger green ABC move here, where this becomes an A, a B, and we're looking for this potential C wave. So 1-to-1 is this 51.37. I've got some other target areas here on this. This 41.70 would be that 0.618. So this is going to be an interesting area, I think, as well, because it would line up with coming back into these highs here. So we're going to have to keep a little bit of an eye on this if we do move up into this zone. But potentially we could see this move extend out towards this 51.37 if this is just going to be a three-wave move. Alternatively, if we have a much bigger five-wave structure developing here, this is going to be our target area. The 71 cent, 72 cent basically will be our target area for that wave three. So we do have some things that we need to discuss about this. The structure that we have to the upside is currently looking quite corrective. So I'm just being a little bit cautious within this. There is a potential that we could argue that, potentially within the structure here, we have something like this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 as a diagonal pattern. Or alternatively, we can shift this to the upside where we look at this whole move into here, potentially as a wave 1 into this high. This is a 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, this is something I'm just keeping an eye on just because of the structure that we're forming here. If we continue to get rejected into these highs, and especially if we form a three-wave move to the upside here, something like this, A, come back down, find support B, C, and look to actually challenge this top channel line here. This could be something that is actually playing out here. That could either then be this green C wave, or alternatively, this whole move could then becoming an additional one, come back down for two, and then we look for a bigger push to the upside. So that's something that we're just going to have to keep an eye on here. We're going to go through some of these internal counts here and talk about the structure. The problem is within this, so I'm just going to switch over to the corrective count here. Uh, there is always the potential that within this, we could even just look at this as a simple WX, and then we're actually looking for that potential of forming a C wave. So that C wave 1-to-1, if this is based as an A wave, could potentially be up here towards this 4509, which would tie in quite nicely with this being a W wave here, and the 1-to-1 of this would be up here at this 4491. So this will be an interesting zone to see if we actually do get a push up into this area. Because basically if we do push up past this red line, you have this 44 cent, it would invalidate that idea of the bigger diagonal to the downside that we've been tracking, and we'd have to then reevaluate the structure at that point. And either it would mean that this is starting to break out in a much bigger way, or this is just a bigger corrective move here, where this potentially could just be an A wave, we get a B wave, and we still push down for a C. So there are still bearish alternatives here. By all means, we could have a low here, but this thing needs to prove itself. So the thing within this, like I said, potentially it is very corrective in the way it's forming. We can potentially try and put a diagonal into here. It's not my favorite interpretation. It would make more sense to me if we did have an additional leg up here as an ABC. Then potentially we could have, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There is two ways of counting this move here. Potentially you can say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into here, wave 2, 1, 2 as well, and then we could be looking to progress in a bigger five-way move. Or alternatively, count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the only thing about that is, this move here is quite large in comparison. So potentially it could also just be a three-wave move where this is A, B, and C, and we just had a shorter C wave. So we need to just, bear that in mind. If that's the case, we need to be aware that we still could have a bigger flat from further back here if that is the case, because this could just be an overshooting B wave where this is A, B, and then we we come back down and look to challenge some lower levels. We have had a nice strong move up here, but it needs to find support for that continuation. So if we're talking about the bullish count now, basically we're talking about this previously where we have this as a 1, 2, a 1, 2, 1, 2. and then now actually looking for a bigger third wave move to the upside. So this is still viable. The problem is when we start to have too many overlapping ones and twos like this, it starts to become less likely, but it doesn't mean that it can't happen. So this is what I'm just looking for. If this is now another 1-2 here, what we want to see is a nice strong move off the back of this. And basically the way that I'm looking at it is that either we've already completed this wave 2 here, or alternatively, we could still have one more drop into this green support box, which would be this 3712 to this 3510 area. And basically, what we're looking for, as long as we remain above this low of this 3367, we can look for that possibility of, a push to the upside here. So this could happen directly, where this becomes 1-2 here, and then we push up directly, or alternatively, this could just be a B wave. So I've actually changed how I'm looking at this box area. I'm looking for that potential that within here, either we just have a simple B wave to the upside like this, and then we look to break down. The problem is within this structure, it looks like a 5-wave move. So I'm just being very cautious to just count it as a B wave here. What I want to see is if it would still make sense to even still looking for this B wave potential if we get something like this. We come back down for a B wave, and then we get this C wave pushed to the upside. So that would actually, still tie into this idea where we could be in a flat. So what we're looking for here is basically just being cautious in this zone of this 42.50 to this 40 cent range. This is basically a typical flat area that we rejection zone. So, if we do just start to break down in bigger 5-wave structure here, then potentially this is what's going on. We'd be looking at this potentially as this A wave. This B wave, instead of going as high, would be here, and then we'd be looking for that potential to have a C wave to the downside. So given the current structure, that 1-to-1 would actually bring us here to this 36.69 area, though, potentially we could look to push down lower than that, and maybe even come down towards some of these lower zones within the support box, which would be this 35.10 to this 37.12. So, it is possible we have a direct push to the upside here, but really we want to just be cautious. There is still the potential that we actually find a rejection here, either and do this in a 3-wave move where this becomes A, B, and C, and then we look to break down in a 5-wave structure. Or alternatively, what we could actually see in this area is, this could then become 1-2, and then we look for a bigger push to the upside. So basically what I'm looking for within this structure, it is potentially possible that we've completed already, and this is a wave A or wave 1. Basically what I want to see here is where we look to find support within this move. We could argue we have a 4th wave in here still. We'll just come on to the 30-minute. Let's have a look. It's a tricky one. We don't really have anything too big to compare with in this in the beginning of this move here. So just being a bit yeah, I think that this is going to potentially be that B wave if it is forming now. If we are looking for an additional 4th wave here, we'd have to say that it starts here, and we wouldn't want to lose 3907. Once we start to lose that, potentially, it becomes a bit too big. The problem is, so within this, basically, the structure is already quite large in comparison to anything else down here. Um, uh, I think that it would probably be in the B wave, if I'm going to be honest, looking for that potential to come back down lower. But if we do find support in this 3907 range, to this 3982, potentially there could still be one more push to the upside here, looking for that possibility of a 5th, which could look to take us up towards these highs of this 41.19 to this 40 cent 76. So that's what I'll be looking for there. Potentially we could look for a little bit more of a push up here before a bigger retracement, or alternatively we're already within this B wave here, and this could either be a B wave or a wave 2. So it's going to be key what happens off the back of this move. I just want to see if I've got it on. Yeah, I don't. So if we do get this move play out to the downside and we see a 3-wave structure, A, B, and C potentially into this area, what we could then see is a bigger 5-wave move playing out. And if that 5-wave move moves up towards this zone of this 44.46, potentially we could then have a 1, 2, 3 and then we'd be looking for an additional fourth and a fifth. And that could be looking to start us on this bigger move up towards this third wave area of this 50 cent 88. So, this is what we need to be looking out for here. If we do see a bigger 5 wave move play out here, this could then potentially be the start of this bigger third wave towards this 50 cent 88. The problem is, like I said, we need to be a little bit cautious here, because if we don't manage to achieve this 44, 46, or even if we do move up into this zone, and instead of looking to form a 3 wave move to the downside for a fourth wave and then look to continue, we only see a 3 wave move. Well, we see a move down. We fail to take these highs, and then we start to break down in a bigger way. So this is going to be key as we get up into these zones. If we do push up here, we need to see if we can actually get up to this 44, 46 range. That would be obviously based off of a 0.618 retracement. This would change depending on how deep we come here. Sorry, I think that's based off of this 50%. So 1 to 1, if this does go A, B, and C, would actually bring us back up into this top trend line here. So this is what I'm saying. We need to just be a little bit cautious, because if we just see a 3 wave move up like this, potentially that could actually complete a corrective structure here, or alternatively a diagonal, and then we could actually be looking for a much deeper move to the downside. If it is a diagonal, then basically, potentially the support range for that will be much lower down here, and could even be towards. Let me just throw this on. So let's go into there. Uh, Sorry, that's the wrong one. So basically, the support zone could be all the way down towards this 3539 to this 3205. So that would be if this was a diagonal structure within here, and we're looking for this, instead of counting the internal subdivisions like this, we'd be looking for that potential that this whole move becomes 1, come back down for 2, and then look to progress up. Obviously, we need to also be aware of that bearish case, which we talked about, which was looking for the fact that this whole move could be corrective to the upside here. If this is just a W, an X, and then we're going to get a Y or an A B, and a C. And, that would be potentially meaning that we could still see a move back down into this support range here of this 31.48 to this 25.95 range. And, this is something that could lead us to actually get a bigger push to the downside here. The 1 to 1 off of the current high would actually be 29 cent, which would be bringing us back into this support zone, and actually looking to take us back into that golden pocket area. So this is something they haven't ruled out yet. We can look to break to the upside here, but really it needs to start to prove itself again. It's got everything it needs to push up here. It's just the structure needs to start following through now. If we are in that bullish case where we're looking for that internal breakout again, basically, either we want to come back down, find support here, and continue to push up past this 44.71 area, or alternatively, we want to get we want to see this move sort of get going here, and get up towards this 50 cent. Even if we do move down here in this C wave, it doesn't invalidate it. Basically, invalidation's only at this 33.65, and then basically this whole move here would be a wave 1. We'd still look for that wave 2, and then possibly looking for that possibility of this bigger third wave. If we did come down deeper into this screen support box, and potentially come back down and retest some of these lower areas, what we could then have is, like I said, a wave 1 and a 2, and then this target would change this 50 cent. Obviously, I'm not going to change it now, because I'm basing this off of coming straight off of this low. So, if we do directly move up here, then that would be the target that we're looking for, this 50 cent 88. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. Leave us some feedback down below, and also in the description you'll find a link to Discord. Come check it out, it's free to join. As well as that, there are affiliate links for both PrimeXBT and BYBIT down there, both great exchanges that we use on a regular basis. If you don't have an account, using the affiliate link does help support the channel. We do appreciate it. Everyone, have a great day. See you in the next one.